Well, good morning. So today we're going to talk about unit rates, and we're going to go to page 55 and 56 of our interactive notebook. And on those pages, if you could please put the page that has unit rate written on it with the topic on page 56, and on 57 you're going to have the word problems, the practice problems. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to start off by boxing our standard 6 ratio and proportions number 2. I can understand the use of a unit rate, and I can find or identify, sorry, that's going to be squishy, a unit rate. So that's our plan, is we want to figure out how do we find unit pricing, or how do we utilize the unit rate. Well, a unit rate is basically a ratio where that ratio is over 1 per 1 unit. So it could be per 1 mile, per $1, per 1 day, all kinds of different options. So we're going to talk about that today. So we're going to go to this first column right here. And in that first column, we are going to start off by writing on the first box, unit rate. And in that spot, we are the definition, a rate. So a unit rate is a rate in which the quantity in the unit being measured is 1 unit. So it's always over 1 unit. So let's look at this example. We have 100 miles for 4 hours, or per 4 hours. So basically, think about it, if I were to drive 4 hours, I could get 100 miles, or 100 miles would take me 4 hours to drive. But I want to know how long it would take me to drive 1 mile. So to do this, we would, basically, we could do a couple of different ways. We could cross product and figure out that 100 times 1 is 100, and then divide that by 4. Or we could just look at the proportional relationship, which on this one I think I'm going to do. What do I need to divide 4 by in order to get to 1? Well, I know if I divide 4 by 4, I can get 1. And whatever I do to the bottom, I've got to do to the top. So 100 divided by 4 would be 25. And it would be 25 miles. Or another way of saying this is you could go 25 miles per hour. We call that mph. So that is a unit rate. It's looking at that unit, 1 quantity right there. Now let's look at another option for this. We have unit pricing, which is very important when we go to like the grocery store. You know, I like to shop at Costco, and I like to shop at Stater Brothers, and sometimes Walmart. And so it's very important for me to look at the unit pricing of items to see where I'm getting the best buy. And is it always better to buy in bulk or to buy big? Not always, actually, believe it or not. So a unit rate, so this is unit pricing. Unit pricing is a unit rate used to compare prices. So it's specific to prices, to currency, or to money. So here, let's look at this example that we have down here. If we were to go to a store, we could purchase 4 boxes of something for $22. Well, then the question lies, what would it cost to buy 1 box of something? So see, that's the quantity, that's the unit that we're going to get to 1. So once again, we're going to look at what is the relationship between 4 and 1. Well, I can divide, once again, 4 by 4 and get 1 box. Well, then if I divide $22 by 4, I don't know why I did that so small in the corner, it would be 5, which is 20 minus 2, add my decimal, add my 0, and I would get 5. And I would end up adding another 0. Actually, what am I doing? I'm messing up. Sorry, it would be here. So I would end up with, the answer would be $5.50. So that would say that one box would cost $5.50. Okay, so now let's look at the last one, which is rate. Now on rate, what we are looking at is a rate is a ratio that compares two quantities that have different units. Now what's interesting about this is kind of a rate encompasses both of these other two things. So a unit rate or unit pricing are both rates, but rate is kind of like the broad term. So once again, 100 over 1, if I were to show you this number, that just is purely a ratio. There's no units there. But if I change it to now giving it miles and hours, those are units. Miles is a unit of distance, and hours is a unit of time. It's a quantity of time. So that would then be a rate. Because, I'm going to circle these so we remember. That's why. And that's because units were added to it. Okay, so now I'm going to go down here to our examples. Josie can type 205 words for every 5 minutes. What is her unit speed? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up... Sorry.
Jasmine Casto, your PE clerks are in the front office. Jasmine Casto,
I apologize for that.
Are in the front office.
Okay, so going back, what is her unit speed? So we're going to set up a proportion first. And we know we have words, and we have minutes. And it's going to equal words and minutes. Okay, so going to this that we have that there's 205 words for every 5 minutes. And I want to get this down to a unit speed, so I'm going to go to 1 minute. So what can I do to 5 to get to 1 minute? Well, I can divide 5 by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 205 divided by 5. Well, let's think about that. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So I can tell now that 41 minutes per, or I'm sorry, I said minutes. I meant to say words. Sorry about that. Per minute. So find the unit price. Here is another one, okay? We have Kaylee can buy 24 ounces of pop or for $2.49 or $36 per ounce pop for $3.49. Pop is a word we use in the Midwest for soda, just so you know. Which is the better deal? Okay, for this one, we're going to be doing comparison of prices. So we're going to actually have to draw a line. And we're going to do 24 ounces for $2.49. And we're going to do 36 ounces for $3.49. And we want to find out what 1 ounce would be on each of these to see which one is the better deal. Now, for these type of problems, I, believe it or not, at times will allow you to use a calculator because honestly, if you were at the grocery store, you would be using a calculator to solve this. Now, could you do this another way? You could, but I'm going to just say for time constraints, let's see, what do we do to 24 ounces to get to 1 ounce? Well, we divide by 24. So to do that, you would then take $2.49 and divide it by 24, and you would get about, looking at this amount, we could round that to about 10 cents. So it's about 10 cents an ounce. On this side, if we take $3.49 and divide by 36, which is the amount of ounces, because we would divide this by 36 to get 1, so we're going to do both, we're going to get about 9 cents. So then my question is which one is the better deal? Well, the better deal is the one that's cheaper. So which one is cheaper? This one. Okay, so now go back through your notes if you need to, and I want you to try to do these 2 practice problems on page 55 on your own and see how you do. I think you can do it. Just make sure that you're critically marking the text, circling the numbers, underlining the ounces, boxing the questions, and double check, show your work. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic day. Sorry.
David Butman, please report to the front desk. David Butman, please report to the front desk.